Good morning. Starting a bit earlier than normal. A few reasons. One, gotta go to work earlier, and two, it's very hot in the house. Unfortunately, our central air went down, and if you're in Texas and your AC goes down, it's a rough time. So, earlier the better to sit in this room that's far away from the in-wall AC unit that I bought. We have our great jammies here. I don't have a gear set. For Dragoon yet, so we'll just do it this way. Boom. This is probably going to be a longer quest, because it's level 50. I don't know what happens with class quests after level 50. Because they're every 5 levels. I wonder if it continues that way. Or if they're closer together. Because every expansion is only 10 levels, as opposed to, 50 for the OG. That's it. Boom. What's this? That's awesome. Ah, Jack. An urgent message arrived from Mistinian in your absence. He bids you come at once to the Steel Vigil. It seemed Nidhogg is on the move. Rather sooner than we had anticipated. It appears you have not yet fully become master of the dragon within you. And yet we are racing against time. I fear we have no choice but to do battle to the best of your current abilities. And without the Draken mail I promised. Now let us away. Astinian must know the truth of Ferndale, lest he fall for the Great Worm's seduction. Shogun, this is Final Fantasy XIV, so the MMO Final Fantasy. We're going north. Well, the second MMO Final Fantasy. The first one was Final Fantasy XI, which came out like before World of Warcraft did. And this is the second Final Fantasy MMO. We are level 50, so we're still in the first expansion of the game. Yeah, if you like MMOs, it's great. It's very much a story-based MMO. Whereas like something like WoW really isn't. It's more of like a content thing. Because they gave up on the story a while ago, let's be honest. And wow. But this is kind of a Final Fantasy game first and an MMO second. The story's very involved. This is just a class quest, and there's all this going on. This isn't even the main story. This guy's the coolest. Look at that armor. Of course, I don't know how he sees, but... yeah. Albric, I have waited long for this day. Skyrim, no, because Skyrim is a fully single-player game. Yes, it is snowy here, but Yeah, Skyrim's fully single player. This is an MMO. You who fancy yourself an Azure Dragoon. The man whose cause you have taken for your own is a coward. He relinquished the power of the dragon of his own volition and watched as Ferndale burned. Do you not think it ironic that I was chosen Azure Dragoon? I, an orphan who has not of value to protect Nishgard? I suppose I must give thanks, for it was the eye that revealed to me the truth. A truth so damning as to undo a lifetime of trust. I loved you as a father, but I can ill forgive you for Ferndale. As I understand it, you've kept even the Archbishop in the dark regarding the missing eye. Do you mean to take your shame to your grave? But I waste my breath. Prepare yourself, old man, for I shall lay waste to all the things you hold dear. Once I'm finished with you, I shall do what no Azure Dragoon has succeeded in doing. I shall claim Nidhogg's head. Calm yourself, Estinian. Your rage renders you vulnerable to the dragon's influence. What am I doing? Jacked. And you, I thought I had found kindred, someone beside whom I could fight the great worm. It is with heavy heart that I relinquished that dream. Your affection for this coward has rendered you deaf to your own destiny. Very well. That we one day cross lances was inevitable from the moment of our first meeting, as we shall now find out who is the Eye's true chosen. There can only be one. It's Highlander. I am destroying this dude. Oh, huge crit. I'm gonna get some style points at the end here. Lance. Charge. Jump. Boom. What's up? Hey, Shogun, thanks, man. Definitely not a professional streamer. I'm a personal trainer who streams because he enjoys it. But I appreciate it, man. Feeble creature, does thou desire power? Look to thine anger and to thy hatred. It is there thou shalt find it. Is this the Emperor? Look at Palpatine. O mighty Nidhogg, Lord of Dragons. Grant unto me thy blood, that I might be granted the claws and fangs wherewith to rend thine enemies. This just went to another level. Now I have to beat Super Saiyan Estinian? Jacked. This is impossible. It cannot be. No idea what just happened. He doesn't know either. Forgive me, Estinian. I failed you once again. We found out Estinian was his adopted son. I am fine, Jacked. Somewhat shaken, but otherwise whole of body. Suffice it to say, I have much to reflect upon. Let us return to the observatorium. The soul of the Dragoon shines with unbound radiance. That was weird, huh? When the being of darkness closed upon us, you appeared to me the spitting image of Haldrath the Dragon's Eye, just as he depicted in the Holy Scriptures. I thought that mayhap the years had taken their toll on my mind, but behold, the soul of the Dragoon shines as it never did in all the years I bore it. It would seem that you have achieved that which I thought impossible. You have awakened the ability to none but the first Azure Dragoon possessed. Truly a momentous achievement. I can still scarce believe that you were able to summon the selfsame Draken mail worn by Haldrath. To think that it had been sealed within the soul crystal all this time. I have borne witness to many and more wonders over the years, and none compares to you, my young Dragoon. Could it be that you are... Ahem. Mark not my mutterings. I am certain that it was your indomitable sense of justice that resonated with the spirit of the first Azure Dragoon, prompting him to bestow the armor upon you. Yes, that is doubtless what happened. As the being of darkness faded, so too did Nidhogg's aura subside, and now has kind of ceased their stirring. Whether this was compelled by your awakening, I cannot say. I suspect we will learn the truth of it eventually. Estinian, my dear boy, whatever becomes of him, he will ever be as a son to me. I pray that he is somewhere out there still, and that he has not wholly forgotten the great man he once was. When that darkness brushed against me, that selfsame torrent of emotion swept over me as those I experienced 20 summers past. But there was something else besides. There was a voice, and it lamented the rift that divides dragons and men. You will come to comprehend what I speak in due time. Till then, Jack, I pray that you will ever use your newfound strength in the name of justice. Good morning, Astrid. I don't know if that Happy Monday is ironic or you're just a happy person and you like Monday. My inner dragon grows stronger. This concludes the Dragoon quest for Final Fantasy XIV in Realm Reborn. And you must first meet the final crowns. Okay. Before the dawn. Shogun, I have not played Sekiro. It's one of the few FromSoft Souls-likes I have not played. But now that we have all the Dragoon armor, we need to go glamour it, because that's the system here. Yeah, played Dark Souls 1, 2, 3, Elden Ring, but no Sekiro. Also no Demon Souls, because I don't have a PS5. I'll go to Sekiro eventually. I love all their other games, so probably enjoy it as well. I know it's heavily based on parrying, which I am not a parrier. Souls games give me a big shield all day. Alright. Okay, so we got all of our gear. And what do we got here? More gear. Oh, this is the blue one. Huh. Well, armor just that too. All right. Sorry, this isn't the best viewing experience, but we need to do this because this is how the system works. Again, this is one thing this game could take from WoW. Is the transmog system is way better than this. And feet. Okay. And then we had the main hand. Is it this one? Yes. Okay. Now we make a glamour plate. So the Dragon is just black. Oh. The blue's kind of nice. Black's nice too. Purpley? I think we go with the black one. That looks better. Yeah. You gotta be as edgelord as possible if you are a Dragoon. Just go all in. Looks pretty great. Now, I don't know if the wood matches now. We need something metal. Let's save this first. That, no. That just looks cool. That's ridiculous. Let's try that. It actually kind of works. The only light point is our lance. Maybe it doesn't work. Maybe we go with that wooden one. Because this isn't just normal lance, it opens up like that. Yeah, we look cool. Alright. I think that clears up everything we have to do. Because we are the max rank in our excuse me, in our Grand Company. Can this visor go up? Yes, it can. I am so cool. Alright, back to main story. It's been a while. I believe I just had to be 50. These are all level 50 quests. Post of Rambleborn. That's right, guys. I look cooler, don't I? Tadaru? Respect. Praise the 12 that you are hale and whole. I came as soon as Minfilia informed me of Sir Amaric's request. You have completed your investigation of the Keeper of the Lake, I take it? Then I would hear your report. You can converse with Midgard Summer, I swear. Were anyone else to make such a claim, I would regard it with such considerable skepticism. Are we to understand that the Worm Lord did not perish, but has in sooth lain dormant these past 15 years? Less a resurrection and more rejuvenation, for he who dwelleth in eternity, years passing as moments. Though his words were ambiguous at times, one statement left little room for interpretation. My people have heard the song, Ishgard shall burn. Clearly, an attack is imminent. We must share this information with Sir Aymeric immediately. However, we dare not divulge your conversation with Midgard Summer in its entirety. To even acknowledge that you heard the voice of a Dravanian is a grave but necessary risk. Lest we forget, men have been executed as heretics for declaring as much. For your own protection, and for the sake of our tenuous relations with Ishgard, the truth cannot leave this room. As for how we shall present our revelation to Sir Aymric's emissary, you may leave that to me. Pray remain here for now. Is there something you are not telling us, Jack? You seem different somehow. It is almost as if you are missing something important. 12 for Fend. Midgard Summer stripped you of the blessing of light. Are you all right? How do you feel? Fine? I see. It is a relief to hear that you were otherwise unharmed. It beggars belief that any being could possess the power to deprive you of her blessing. Midgard Summer made mention of a covenant, did he not? Of the ancient myths regarding Silvertear Falls states that when the waters came into existence, so too did the Great Worm. Althik and Nemea, brother Time and sister Fate, decreed that Midgard Summer ever watch over the source, from which all water and magic was said to flow. I wonder, what if this was the covenant of which he spoke, and 'twas not the gods with whom he treated, but Heidelin herself? Well, if he is watching over you as he claimed, mayhaps you will have an opportunity to ask. Let us keep this matter to ourselves. I do not wish to burden our friends needlessly. Hey, buddy. Art thou a pawn or master of thy fate? What hast thou wrought by thine own hands, mortal? Thanks, Nidhogg. What's up, Azor Dragoon?
My friend, I can scarce believe it. You confronted the Worm Lord and lived to tell the tale.
Kind of a big deal. People know me.
I give thanks to Helone for your preservation. It is our sole cause for gladness. Your encounter with the Keeper of the Lake served to confirm our fears. A great worm has roared, and it makes little difference if it was one of the two in Eorzea or any other. The Dravanians are coming.
I am told that Ishgard has magical defenses against Dravanian attack, though I am not privy to their exact nature. Will they be enough to repel a massive force?
Ishgard has weathered countless assaults over centuries. This will be no different. And now that you have confirmed the threat, none can ignore the Lord Commander's calls for the wards to be strengthened. I dare not presume to speak for him, but I expect the Lord Commander would sing your praises. I must away, but we shall meet again soon.
I have a ton of movement in my idle animation. No one stands like that. Yeah, it is sick armor. I feel a tad overdressed for hanging out with the Scions. They're all chilling in comfy clothes, and I'm here, ready to tackle an army.
Salt's weathered, and this will be no different. Why am I not convinced?
Excuse me. The Ishgardians have warred with Dravanians for centuries, nay, nearly 1,000 years. In all that time, not once have their enemies breached their defenses and entered the city proper. Yet regardless of how strong these magical wars may be, I nevertheless fear that the Ishgardians are underestimating the gravity of the situation. There was not Midgard's summer who roared, a call to arms by one of the first cannot be ignored. Until such time as they choose to request our aid, however, we can do naught but observe the situation at a distance and pray that our fears are unfounded. Yeah, I picked the absolute biggest race in the game. You can tell. You can play this race. Or you can play this race. I mean, come on. Ere I forget, I believe Midbrida has requested a gathering of the Scions. I assume there has been some progress concerning our efforts to combat the Ascians. Pray inform her that our business with the Ishgardians is concluded for the moment. I shall be along once I've completed my communications with the Crystal Braves. What's up, Midbrida? All done with your talk of the dragons. Wonderful. Because Ascians are on the menu. Let's head into the Solar, shall we? Just came from there. I need more keybinds. That is that. I like that and that. Actually, let's change this. What's up, Midbrida? I know, I look cool. I'd stare at me too.
Now that everything's calmed down a bit, relatively speaking, I mean, I thought it might be a good time to share our progress on the weapon. I believe we're on the verge of a breakthrough.
Well,
Go
don't
team.
keep us all in suspense.
We're looking for a weapon so we can actually hurt the Ascians.
Just in case anyone's forgotten, let's start
Okay,
by reviewing
she's gonna
what we
review anyway.
already know. So, an Ascian is an immortal because its soul doesn't return to the ethereal realm when its host is defeated. Instead, it flees to the place that lies between our world and the void. Therefore, the first step to permanently defeating an Ascian is preventing its soul from making this journey. And if you recall, when we last gathered here, I had verified that white auracite has adequate capacity to entrap the beings, albeit only briefly.
Which left the small matter of their extermination.
Aye. To unmake an Ascian soul, one must needs smite it with a concentrated burst, or blade, of purest ether. However, we wanted for both the data and the means to forge such a weapon.
Short of experimenting on an actual Ascian, you see, there's no way to gauge how much ether its soul is made of. As such, we don't know what etheric density our blade needs to have in order for it to work.
So we'll just have to make the densest blade we can and hope for the best. Though that would require a lot of ether. Hang on a minute. Why didn't we think of this before? White auracite can hold an absolute heap of ether, can't it?
Please tell me you're joking. God's sakes, Ida. I feel as though I'm reliving the same scene over and over with you. How many times do you need to be told that white auracite cannot store ether for long periods?
Come on, Ida. Hey, thanks, Shogun. Thanks for stopping by.
Ether is given to dispersion.
Glad you enjoyed it.
Only in its crystallized form is it a stable source of energy. I will test you later on this, so see to it you do not forget.
Right, yes. It's all coming back to me.
So our hopes rest on good old crystals again, do they? While they are certainly reliable, they leave something to be desired in the area of portability.
That's every Final Fantasy pixel game. Crystals.
I am reminded of the quantity of corrupted crystals required to thwart Leviathan, and the extraordinary lengths to which the Lamentsons went to transport them. What if it should prove that a similar quantity was needed to destroy an Ascian's soul? Or still more?
I do not envy the poor sod who has to lug all of that around, on the off chance that an Ascian appears.
That's the very problem we set out to solve. And I reckon we've found the answer. If it isn't practical to lug around the ether we need, we'll just have to draw upon another source. And the only viable source is the land. If you mean to tap the Great River of Ether, know that it will entail considerable risk. Meddling with the currents may well induce a surge like to the one which despoiled Mordona. Give me a bit more credit, will you? Why would we need to tap the river when there are veritable reservoirs jutting out all over the land?
She's got a point.
Aye, I speak of corrupted crystals. It might be that their aspect is out of balance, but a crystal's a crystal. It contains ether, and we can help ourselves to it.
While corrupted crystals are indeed abundant, there is no guarantee that they will be in close proximity at a crucial moment.
But what if we don't need them to be? What if we could tap their power from afar? A malm away, say? If we could do that, we'd have ready access to ether aplenty in almost every corner of Eorzea. I've yet to put my theories to the proof, but I've got a good feeling about this. If no one has any objections, I'd like to see where this avenue leads.
If you think it worth your while, you have my blessing. But tell us, what are your theories? I, for one, am most eager to understand the process, however vaguely.
I thought you might say that, but no one wants to listen to boring old theories all day, do they? I know I don't. So with your permission, I'd like to try something a bit more hands-on. I've already built an etheric siphon especially for this purpose, and I've been meaning to try it out. Thing is, the profusion of corrupted crystals in Mordona makes it something of a high-risk testing ground. If anything goes awry with the siphon, it would be better if it didn't happen within spitting distance of quite so much ether. Ideally, I need an isolated specimen. Does anyone know where I can find one?
May I suggest northern Thanalan? There you will find corrupted crystals of middling size, standing a reasonable distance apart. Ideal for your needs, I should have thought. Oh, and if you do elect to visit the place, I should be much obliged if you would assist me in another matter while you are in the area.
Has something happened?
Movement has been observed at Castrum Meridianum.
Again.
During Operation Archon, the Alliance dealt the stronghold a heavy blow. Its facilities were extensively damaged, and its garrison reduced to a fraction of its former strength. Not long after our forces withdrew, however, their ranks were replenished by reinforcements from Castrum's sentry. They now seek to rebuild, and to this end they have their sights set upon the ceruleum processing plant. Having lost the Empire's support, the 14th Legion lacks the resources to sustain itself. To them, this is a bid for survival, and they will doubtless fight like desperate men. Though I have dispatched the Crystal Braves, I fear their strength alone may not suffice to stay the Imperial assault. I would request the Scion's aid in the defensive effort.
If I didn't know better, I'd say you were trying to inveigle us into fighting your battle with the promise of shiny crystals. Well then, consider me inveigled. I won't lie, the crystals you speak of sound perfect, so the Garleans have to go. Besides, We can't afford to beat about the bush. There's no telling when the Arsians will next appear.
Thine eagerness to hurl thyself into the jaws of danger cometh as little surprise. Exercise due caution, I prithee.
Though you have become a crystal brave, you are yet a scion, Alfino. We could hardly refuse you. Pray, join the Crystal Braves and lend them your support. Thangred and Papalimo shall accompany you. Ida and Yashtola, in the meantime I would have you assist Moonbreeder. Scout out the crystal clusters, that the testing may commence as soon as the Garlean threat has been eliminated.
If it please you, I shall continue mine own experiments on white orosite.
He's just trying to get away from Minbrida.
Thank you, Urianger. Everyone, pray see to your preparations and depart as soon as you're able. Go well, and be safe.
Alright, I'll be right back. 2 seconds. Gotta get some water. I just realized what a dumb opening this water bottle has. It's a small opening. Well, it's not a water bottle technically. It's a top you attach to one of those stand blender things. And it turns it into a cup you can put stuff in. But there's no hole in the top. So air can't get out. So you have the small opening with no air escape. So water does not want to come out. Not the best design in the world. Anyway. It would seem that events once more conspire to rob us of rest and recuperation. Though I would wish it otherwise, I must ask that you head straight away to the processing plant. The Fourth have already deployed to the area and await the arrival of the Scions. Wilred will brief you on the developing situation. Meanwhile, I must rendezvous with Captain Ilbrid at our headquarters in Ul'dah. I shall take command of our forces there with a lighter heart, knowing that you go to support the front lines. Okay. This guy. Your duties take you to Northern Thanalan, do they not? That they do. We, too, must say our farewells to the Rising Stones for a time. Flamen travels to Ul'dah, and we shall serve as her escort. At my daughter's behest, I go to contact certain old acquaintances in the Gilded City. We are beset on all sides by civil unrest and imperial machinations. threatened by primals and troubled by dragons. We need all the allies we can muster. Many of my friends hold positions of power, you see, and it is my hope they can be convinced to aid the Scion's cause. If past events have taught us anything, then we know that Eorzea must present a united front, or we all shall fall. Ah, how extraordinary that my little Acilia is involved in such far-reaching affairs. I am proud that I might now stand at her side, not only as her mother, but also as a colleague. A colleague with influential connections, but I fear Ul'dah has become a place of danger, even for one so familiar with her streets. Bah, woe betide the blackguard that so much as glares in your direction, milady. That's a bit much. Aha, I shall be well protected, it seems. Shall we be on our way, then? You're overcompensating, bro. I feel like something's going to happen to her the way they're drawing this out. Need to change that. Keybinds. Commander Leverlair sent word that you'd be coming. A veteran of your talents is most welcome. Not that I don't think we can handle the situation, mind you. I've learned a trick or two since that disaster with the Amalja. But returning to the task at hand. The Flames reconnaissance scouts have reported Imperial soldiers assembling at Raban's push. Such a force is likely interested in only one thing: getting their hands on the resources found here at the processing plant. The Empire again. The Garleans could begin marching on us at any time. Pray speak with Lieutenant Edelstein, that we might coordinate our counter-strategy. In the meantime, I will inform the others that you have arrived. No doubt it will be welcome tidings. Lieutenant Ibarra, my soldiers yet tell tales of your deeds during Operation Archon. Would that we could sit a while and reminisce about old times, but I fear more pressing matters require attention. The civilian draftsmen, you understand, have come across several highly suspicious crates within the boundaries of the processing plant. I had my sappers take a closer look, and our worst fears were confirmed. These boxes contain powerful explosive devices. Devices of Imperial design, no less. By my order, the Flames stationed here are conducting a thorough sweep of the compound as we speak. Though it troubles me that we were unable to apprehend the spy behind this, I have faith that our men will be able to neutralize the threat for now. In the meantime, our scouts bring troubling news of the latest movements in the Imperial Army. I would once again ask for your aid. We've begun keeping a close eye on the Garlean garrison, and 'twould seem the Imperials have finally begun to mobilize. According to the reconnaissance report that just came in, the squads seen leaving the Castrum are too few in number to effectively take and hold our position. They will likely mount a swift assault and focus on the acquisition of resources. I have, of course, also shared this report with the Crystal Braves. They've decided to take to the field to meet this assault head-on. I've apprised your fellow Scions of the situation, and I am heartened to know that they will be joining the effort. Pray report to Lieutenant Alian, and lend your much welcome strength to the counteroffensive. Alright, can we play the game now? Glad to have you with us, Jack. I'm sure Lieutenant Edelstein has explained. The Garleans have deployed a small force from Castrum Meridianum. Their main column assembles to the north near Dalaman's Talons, but we've also spied several squads attempting to conceal themselves in the approach to the west. This guy, definitely a villain. They wish you to rush forth and commit battle with the main column, leaving the detached force free to raid the plants and pillage supplies. Not much of a strategy, but these are desperate men. Captain Ilbred. Greetings, Scion. I understand the commander bids you and your fellows come lend a hand to the Braves. With such mighty heroes at its disposal, the force should have little trouble contending with aught the Garleans might throw at them. But even you cannot be everywhere at once. My third was getting restless holed up in Ul'dah. So I marched them out here to fill any holes in the plant's defenses, and to add their numbers to your counterattack. The reinforcements are welcome. We have enough soldiers now to divide our own forces and safely engage the enemy far beyond the walls. Aye, 'twould best be to avoid staging a battle anywhere near this much ceruleum. Let us take this fight to the Garleans. A wise course indeed. I shudder to think of the consequences should any of these storage tanks be exposed to fire. If there are no objections, the Scion shall join the fourth and give battle to this main column. You're with the third, then, Warrior of Light. Your job will be to intercept the squads hiding out in the west and prevent them from reaching their processing plant. When you're ready to proceed, report to Lieutenant Yu Hase. His scouts should have a rough idea of where the Imperials have concealed themselves by now. Okay. We go fight. Maybe. This game's a lot about hurry up and wait. You have to do this right now, let's go! But first, talk to these 17 people. A pleasure to be fighting by your side once more, Scion. Our operations invariably succeed when you're around. The Invictis are wont to pave the road to greater coin. Now, this detached force we've sent to eliminate has split into smaller squads, the better to conceal themselves within the terrain hereabouts, I imagine. We need to split ourselves up as well to cover more ground and make sure we've rooted out all these would-be raiders. And seeing as you're an army unto yourself, I've assigned you your own areas to scour clean of enemy soldiers. Alright, this will be a simple search and destroy. We'll rendezvous back here when the task is done. Okay, now we play the game. Oh, whoops. Hello. Let's try this new ability. Pretty cool. Alright. That's quite the offensive. You seem grim, Scion. I take it to mean that, between us, more than a few Garleans won't be making it back to the castrum. These Imperials, though, they made us earn our pay. I would be happy man if I never had to tussle with another one of those Magitech horrors. It's time we bid this war-torn land farewell. I will contact the 4th and let Lieutenant Elian know the west is now clear. I'd appreciate if you would do the same when you report to Lieutenant Edelstein. Well, we got to play the game. Couple fights. Back to dialogue. Lieutenant Ibarra, what news of the Gallians? We killed them all. The raiding parties are no more then. Excellent. The Amagina engineers will be most relieved to hear that the plant is no longer in immediate danger. Thank you again for your assistance. You must be anxious for word of your fellows. Lieutenant Elian has reported a sound victory over the main column, and informs me that the Scions have already turned their attention to other duties. All but one, that is. The Rogan lady with the large axe, it would appear she has chosen to remain at the site of the battle. I know not what task keeps her from returning to civilization, but Northern Thanalan is no place to wander alone, even for a capable sort such as her. I would certainly feel better about things if you could check in on her before you continue on your way.
Hold on, I won't be a second. The beast seemed peckish, so I gave it a taste of my axe. I know. As Urianger never tires of reminding me. An axe ill becometh the hand of a scholar. What can I say? I like axes. To hear my mother tell it, I came into this world holding one.
Same.
And it's not as if it stopped me picking up a quill, is it? I often think of the man who introduced me to the joys of learning. He's one of the reasons I decided to come to Eorzea. Him and my excruciatingly stiff childhood friend. Considering how unalike we are, it's a wonder we ever got on. The world's a strange old place, isn't it? Aye, that ought to do it. So far, so good. At these concentrations, it shouldn't matter too much if something goes awry. Just enough ether to make it interesting. Did you see that? The way the crystal glowed? The siphon works, I'm happy to say. With a few refinements, it should satisfy our appetite for ether.
Perfect.
Which just leaves the small matter of forging our blade. I'm not sure how to go about it just yet, but I swear to find a way. I'll put a blade in your hands if it's the last thing I do.
I am for this plan.
He senses me. A useful talent.
Yes.
Hanassian, are they onto us?
By your brand, I see you are an Archon of Sharlayan. Keeper of knowledge. Seeker of truth.
Meddler.
Meddler.
I don't know what the hell's you're saying, but I don't much like your tone.
Your instincts serve you well. But come, be not unsettled on my account. That lovely brow was not made for frowns. But I waste my breath. Let me direct my words to one who understands them. We meet at last,
New villain.
warrior of light. I am Nabriales.
Probably an underling of La Habrea.
And you have long been a thorn in my side. I suffered the overweening presence of La Habrea that men might host the power of gods, only for you to undo my hard work.
Oh, bugger.
Do settle down. You must concede that I acted in self-defense. But what's this? I do not sense the blessing of light. Oh, dear. Could it be that frail Heidelin has forgotten her champion? This I did not foresee. Shorn of light as you are no longer a threat. And better yet, the seal is broken. Now is the time to claim the staff. With it in my grasp, I shall rise above them all and take my place at Lord Zodiac's right hand.
What did that bastard want with us? Nobrialis, he calls himself. With charm like that, I'll bet he has maidens falling at his feet, unconscious. But this staff, you say just talking about it had the bastard grinning like a brat on his name day. Must be quite a staff. Oh, gods. He means Tupsimati, Master Louis Soir's staff. Minfilia's in danger. We have to get back to the Rising Stones.
She already got abducted once. Pray return to the Rising Stones. You're here. Master Louis Soir's staff is kept in the Solar, isn't it? Quickly now. Minfilia getting captured again.
You two.
So, you were able to divine my intent.
Yeah, you're not very
What
smart,
now,
Ascian.
Warrior of Light. Ah, but that name is no longer fitting. You have become decidedly dull and quite
Decidedly dull, yes.
What do you mean?
How dare you insult me like that?
You truly do not know. Then I suppose it is only right that I enlighten you.
We're wasting a lot of energy with our idle animations.
The blessing of light kept you and your fellow meddlers safe. It was that which prevented my kind from entering your domain. My kind, I say, though it had no power over the likes of Elidibus and La Habrea. Being of this world, they could come and go as they pleased.
Yeah, that's not fair.
I could only look on.
All I've wanted to do is sit down and talk to people. Apparently I have to join the Ascians.
But I need look no
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Now that the seal is gone, I mean to act. Unlike the others, I am not given to waiting. I shall take that staff and bring about the next rejoining.
Rejoining? Then it was your doing. The Isle of Val, the scholars, all of it.
You will not harm her!
Why must you insist on forcing my hand? Did you learn nothing from our last meeting? Ah, but I forget. My words fall upon deaf ears.
The staff is but a broken relic, a memorial to the departed. What possible use could you have for it?
Not the best question, Manfilio.
What use? You mean to say that all this time you kept the key, never knowing what it was you possessed? The staff took
Let me tell you my evil plan.
The stone tablet it bears is host to a great power. Together with the horn, it can be used to draw vast quantities of ether from its bearer's surroundings. How else do you think Louis Soir was able to invoke the power of the 12 without making them an offering of crystals? Summoning requires not only prayer, but a profusion of ether. Even a child knows that.
If I did not know before, you may be certain I do now. But above all, I know that we cannot allow this staff to fall into your hands. I will die before I let you take it.
Insufferable woman. I would happily end your miserable life here and now. Alas, Elidibus would never let me hear the end of it. Very well. If you will not part with the staff, I will take you too.
Is she really getting kidnapped again? Got Princess Peach over here. Or who's the Resident Evil 4? Ashley, is it?
After them, quickly, before the rift
Leon! Leon! The entire game. Well, you're still alive. That's good. Forget about me. Go. Chris. Cool. Yeah, definitely. Let me grab you. Chrysalis is also a very good NES RPG, if you've never heard of it before. You have to collect elemental swords, and you supercharge them throughout the game. Really cool for an NES game. I'm gonna try the other armor for a bit. Definitely slightly less edgelord. More the hero version of the armor. The other one was the villain. That actually works with this one. Let's do that. So we can try that one out. Oops. Not that. You stay there. Kind of works. Okay, not really at all. But I want to use this lance, so I'm going to. It's enormous. Holy Lance. Can knock out some of these hunting logs while we wait. North Shroud, Proud Creek. Aha. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Cool area over here. Done. East Shroud, Sylphlands. Whoops. East Shroud. Sorry, caffeine isn't working yet. And I'm also in a very hot room still. Because we're still dealing with that problem. Alright. What was the mob? Sylphid Screech. Easy. That's a little extra. Oh. In combat. Screeches are hiding. Wonder what that exists for. Just to exist? Or something happens up there eventually. Alright. Screeches in the earlier part, it seems. Violet Screech. Ow. A lot of verticality. Alright, there we go. Boom. Next. Outer Lanuska, the mines. I didn't realize this was a raid. Might be slim pickings this early. Huh. The mines. Going north. I've been here many times. Looking for a bedesman. Done. What's someone else gonna have still? Probably not in here. Oh, maybe. More Sahuagins. Oh, not over here. Nope. Back to Halfstone. Oh, these are the nice Sahuagins. As I go to murder your brethren. If I can find them. Where have I not looked? Looks more trenchy. Maybe they'll be here. Ah, there we are. What we got there? There's a lot of mobs. That ability was interesting. And water, as opposed to Envenom. There has to be one other somewhere. They wouldn't just give me two. There we go. done. We're cruising right along. Oh, that wasn't even what we were looking for. Still have not found the trench tooths. This is where we went for Leviathan. Double check. Yeah, Western Monosca Halfstone. Hmm. 1919. Eight. Ah. Right there. The only spot. Almost 1,000 piercing talon. Huge. Southern Athaneland, Zarak. Archers. But not that archer. Let's try it. That archer wasn't special, apparently. But this one is special. Go figure. Alright. Chrysalis, we're doing it. Again, if you're ever bored and want to try a game, emulate Chrysalis from NES. It's very fun for being an old game. Great adventure. Save Minfilia. Leon! Help! Leon! If you know, you know. Someone's limit breaking the tier. I don't know what that means, but cool. I hope they enjoy it. I'm just pumping. Alright, we're getting summoned. Alright, whenever things are going towards a boss, typically you don't want them to get there. Pretty epic. Alternate between black and red. Okay, I gotta watch my debuffs. It's probably a thing. I'm not gonna limit break. Because the guy said he knew what he was doing and he was gonna do it, so we let him do it. Nope. Big crits. Keep our dot up. Next was kind of fun. I don't know if I like the rotation as much as Bard. Alright. Did I get that one? I didn't get that one. It's red. Alright, I got this black one. Now I have to go red. If I see one. I'm gonna hit that. Looks like everyone else needed red too. Go. That. Looking good. Oh, that one reached him. Not good. Go black now. Everyone seems to know mechanics pretty well. But a lot of these guys are veteran players, it seems. It's a pretty epic fight, though. Having charge is quite nice. It's a modality I did not have before in any class. Even the warrior doesn't have it yet. Let's heal myself. A lot of stuff going on. Alright, we alternate. Wither in the merciless embrace of eternity. This guy's extra. Oh, is that a Reaper? Yeah, we probably have to soak these. Or just one. Okay, just one. The duration of all enhancements and enfeeblements have been extended. Okay. Felt like I did good damage there. Secret Asian man. Well played. I understand that reference. Like a lot of younger people wouldn't. I'm so cool. No party members. Yeah, well.
You're safe. Thank the 12.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be reborn. 'Cause that's how that works.
You may have bested me this day, but what of the next? What of all the days to come? Remember, light no longer holds sway here. I may return whensoever I wish, again and again and again. Eventually, you will falter, and the staff will be mine. Until next time, scions.
Yeah, we just beat this guy in a raid fight, and he came right back.
There will be no next time. This is the end.
Yeah.
What trickery is this? No. No! Cannot! No!
Use Tube Samati to gather ether. Quickly, before he breaks free.
I think I understand. Oh, that's that. Okay.
Concentrate.
By the power of
Call to
Grayskull.
mind the time you struck down La Habrea with the Blade of Light.
I did do that.
Why won't it work? Is it because we lack the blessing of light?
Stupid Midgard Summer. Took away the blessing.
Damn it. So much ether. And it still isn't enough.
Fools! No mortal prison can contain me. I shall make you pay for your insolence.
Please, Mother Heidelin, hearken to our plea. Lend us your divine light. Why can you not hear us? Do our words no longer reach you?
She told me to hear, feel, think all those times.
Only we had a bit
Now when we need her, not here.
Moonbreeder, what are you doing?
Master Louis, I understand now. The choice you made. In
Heroic
death,
sacrifice incoming.
there is life. Farewell, Urianger. You daft old coot.
Moonbreeder, no! You mustn't!
What? No! It cannot end! I am eternal! I am immortal!
Moonbreeder. She's gone. You did it, my friend. The Ascian is dead. This device is a legacy of Moonbreeder's toils and sacrifice. I shall hold on to it for safekeeping.
Minfilia, are you all right?
Bad news.
I am.
Oh, we were surveying northern Thanalan when we received the distress call. We returned as swiftly as we were able.
It seems you have everything in hand, however.
About that.
What happened here? Where is Moonbreeder?
Crazy. They introduced her for like, what, a patch in the end game and then killed her off. Really cool character.
She gave her life to temper the
I mean, she
blade
went out
of
like a
light.
boss, but
I
like
have
new voice
no
actor, new character and everything.
Rather than await the inevitable, she took her fate into her own hands.
Does Urianger know?
But maybe she's in some type of ethereal live stream thing and she comes back later. You can do that in this game.
My friend, there is something I must tell you.
I heard all, my lady. The moon sinketh, taking her leave of the heavens. Yet her passing
They used to bone, by the
heraldeth
way.
Coming of a new day. Moonbreeder hath fulfilled her destiny, hath she not? Long ago, far across the seas in the Charlayan motherland, Moonbreeder and I did study under the sage tutelage of Master Louis. Full oft did he impress upon us that knowledge existeth to serve the greater good.
The greater good.
This sentiment, however, was contrary to the nation's policy of neutrality, which censured intercedence in the affairs of foreign lands. In spite of vehement opposition, he founded the Circle of Knowing, and journeyed hitherto the heart of Eorzea. Through his noble sacrifice was the realm spared its doom. Yet this great soul, whom all should rightly have honored, was branded a pariah in his own land. His peers did accuse him of forsaking his duty as a man of learning, and of meddling in the course of history. When he left Charlayan behind, Master Louis gave no word to signal his intent to Moonbreeder. Close as they were, as master and disciple, she was deeply wounded by the sudden exclusion from his confidence. Above all, however, she was confused. Try as she might, she could ill
It's basically a
comprehend
eulogy
her
at this
master's
point.
motive. The slanders that were heaped upon him after his passing served only to inflame the turmoil within her. For years upon end, she knew not what to believe. Torn as she was twixt the man whom she revered and the man who forsook her and his duty both.
The Louis I knew would never forsake his duty, much less one of his own.
This I know full well, my lady. I contemplate revealing the truth to her, and long did I hold my peace. After all, was it not Master Louis' wish that she come to the truth unaided? I told myself it was, and resolved to let her suffer. Knowingly did I deny my friend the comfort she craved. And now she hath gone to her rest, with doubt still in her heart.
She went out like a champion.
Speakest thou in earnest? Did Moonbreeder truly come to understand Master Louis?
Wilhelm tried Dragoon, Bard, and Warrior. I love Warrior.
Realization hath set
That's what
her
I played
free.
back when I played a little bit, like
She
3 years
may
ago.
now find the peace which hath for so long eluded her.
As far as the DPS classes, I think Bard so far is more fun than Lancer.
My dearest, how I shall miss thee.
Because Lancer is very similar to Warrior, and just you have your GCD combo and your off GCD cooldowns you throw in.
Might possess the means to defeat the Asians.
Similar to Warrior.
Her sacrifice must not be in vain.
Damn right,
Let
Minfilia.
us continue her work on the Blade of Ether and see it to completion.
Whereas Bard has provided some variety, because it's more, you have this one ability spam and everything procs off that, which is kind of cool.
Moonbreeder in mine own way. I beg your permission to return to the Waking Sands.
Of course, my friend. Take all the time you require. We shall be here should you have need of us.
Yeah, Bard's the interesting one, because it's a very different playstyle from Warrior and Dragoon, who are quite similar. But you can level up a lot of characters pretty easily just playing the main story. In the Charlene Manor to celebrate Moonbreeder's life and mourn her passing. Sure, Crip. So Moonbreeder was a native of Charlian, I feel it is only fitting that we gather before the mark of the scholar. Are you familiar with the stone? It is a monument found at Rathfrost and is sacred to Thaliak, guardian deity, the city of learning. There we shall pray for our dear friend's soul and bid her a peaceful return to the light of the Mother Crystal. Appreciate Monk at some point? Yeah, I might try it. I didn't want to do a melee DPS and a tank because it's just very similar playstyle. One's just having the boss hit you. But I heard Dragoon does get a lot of extra story in Heavensward, so I wanted to do that. But, unfortunately, I do have to get off earlier today. We're still dealing with the lack of AC situation, and I have a guy coming soon I gotta talk to about that. Because, you know, when it's 100 degrees, having no central air is terrible. And the only AC we have right now is the window unit I bought in my room, so I'm kind of dying in here. So, yeah, I'm going to go shower, then deal with that. So I apologize we didn't finish, but this room is getting slowly hotter. So, yeah. Anyway, my title said Heavensward again, and it's still not Heavensward. Eventually we'll get there. Yeah, replacing our entire system, they quoted us for 10 grand for that. Just replacing the part is 4 grand. We're deciding what we want to do, because the fix is a temporary fix. It's a lot of money. But you kind of need air conditioning in Texas. Alright. Well, thank you guys for watching. Sorry it was brief. Yeah, this is the second guy we're talking to right now, so it's a different quote. Yep, thank you for watching. Might be back this evening, hopefully, if I get home early-ish, but we'll see. But again, next stream, Heavensward, probably. Maybe. Possibly. Anyway, have a good day, guys.